What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 30 today of our career mode here on FIFA 18. As you're probably wondering by the title, you might be looking at it thinking, hang on a minute, what do you mean the last episode of the series? Well, there is some news regarding this series and some stuff that I want to touch upon in today's episode. So we're going to be playing out the final games of the season. We'll be playing right until the end of the season today. In this episode, as you know, we're in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and there's like 3 games to go in the league, but we can't actually win the title anyway, so I'm going to be simming all of the Premier League games. So basically, guys, I was sat there playing this the other day, and I was looking at the time that I had to be able to put into YouTube and play FIFA, alongside me doing my player. As you know, the Ultimate Team Road to Glory has taken a big hit, and truth be told, I haven't played an Ultimate Team game in about 3 weeks. Well, basically, the reason is I don't have as much time as I did previously, obviously, like certain stuff on in real life. And as you know, I work alongside doing YouTube. This isn't my job. I do this as a hobby, which a lot of people understand. And basically, guys, I wanted to do a Road to Glory career mode, and my ambitions was to start that sometime at the back end of November going into December, so we could have it like a Christmas countdown, if you will. But with this series still going, I was like, I'm not going to be able to get that out frequently and keep this series going and keep the My Player series going. And I know you guys love the My Player career mode, so my kind of thought process was I'm going to have to drop one. And I still end up kind of dropping the Road to Glory one. I'm going to make videos when I can on that. I'm not going to promise anything because I don't know when I'll be playing Ultimate Team or whatever. But regarding this series, I thought to myself, if I'm being honest, I haven't enjoyed this career mode as much as I thought I was going to. I think the bit about me having to mess around with sliders kind of put a downer on it back then, and knowing that Legendary was slightly too easy. So I decided to take the sliders off for these games you're going to see in today's episode. Basically, guys, it's still a very, very tough game. I don't know what happened. They felt more difficult without the sliders on than it did with them. As in, like, you know, the AI sliders. So it was crazy. But I didn't enjoy this series as much as I was thinking I was going to. So my kind of thought process is that I'm going to end this series after this season's done. Start our Road to Glory one, but it's going to have rule sets. It's going to be different to last year's Road to Glory, which makes it even more harder for us to take a team from the bottom of English football and take them to the top, winning the Champions League. It's also going to have international rule sets as well, because I'm going to have to do something as a Road to Glory series should be. I am going to have to achieve full glory in that international and club level. So it's going to have different rule sets. So to get that series going, most likely I'm going to have to drop this one in order to be able to do that, basically, guys, is the way I'm kind of looking at this. So I decided I was going to play out the rest of this season. I didn't want to end it off with the season, you know, halfway done. So I played right until the end for you guys today, and you're going to see that. And I might come back to it later on to have one more go at winning everything with Huddersfield Town. Of course, the team will be better. The signings we made in pre-contracts and stuff will be better and stuff like that. So these 2 games you're about to see against Juve, and then if we win those, you'll be seeing the Champions League final. Is going to be quite tough. I mean, both games that I'm going to be playing against Juve are going to be tough regardless. We took them on at their ground for the first leg, which is, of course, away goals and are all helpful and stuff when you're going forward. Should have scored with Smolov, made a mistake, didn't finish the chance off, and then 65 minutes in, Juve get a free kick, whipped it in, my player jumps up, falls down, and then all of a sudden it's 1-0 Juventus. Literally their first shot on goal. So I think that also has kind of annoyed me as well about this series, is that every time I concede goals, it's normally to the first shot in the game that my opponent has, like the AI. It's just, that's got to be annoying after a while, you know? But hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from in the aspect that if I do want to bring out a Road to Glory and I want to bring out a rule set career mode and make it more challenging and more entertaining for me to play, I'm probably going to have to drop this series. And that's not because of the fact that, you know, I want to do that in terms of that one. You know, I would quite happily continue. I wouldn't be enjoying it as much as I would possibly doing the Road to Glory one. So in terms of people who enjoy this series, I thank you for your support over the last kind of 30 videos or whatever. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the Road to Glory one. As I said, it's going to have a rule set and stuff, so hopefully it'll make it a bit more entertaining. And in terms of the channel, it's like what everybody has said to me in the past when I've come to you guys with a decision. A lot of people leave me supportive comments saying stuff like, it's your channel, do what you want at the end of the day. And that is the case. So I suppose me doing what I want to do, it's also going to help me as well, making my videos a bit more entertaining. So you may have noticed as well recently, I've not been able to put as much time as I wanted into this series, and that's probably down to the fact that I wasn't enjoying it as much as I was enjoying the My Player one, really. But yeah, so the game against Juve, it ended up being a 2-1 lead for us in the 75th minute. After Juve scored, we scored twice to grab 2 away goals in the game. Aaron Moy picking up the second of the 2 with 15 minutes to go. And in the end, we ended up playing quite well in this game, even though we had conceded from the first shot we gave away, which, again, is frustrating as hell, but it happens. And that's something that I guess this series has kind of annoyed me most of the time, but I have to continue on anyways. So a 2-1 lead here after Bonaventura and Moy scored, and after 90 minutes, Juventus couldn't quite get themselves the draw here, but they did have a chance to do it. Mandzukic going close after a deflected shot, the second of the game for Juventus there, and had that have gone in, again, would have been frustrating as hell, but luckily it didn't. So we ended up with a 2-1 win, 2 away goals as well, taking it out of what is it, the San Siro? Did they play at Juventus Stadium? I don't know. But, oh, sorry, not the San Siro. What am I talking about? It's Inter Milan and AC Milan. Is it just the Juventus Stadium, I think? I can't remember. Anyways, carrying on, guys. Getting away from that for a second. One other thing to mention as well about this series is, of course, I'll keep the save file going. So, as I said, I can come back to it in the future. But if I do come back to it, what I might do is, it won't be anytime soon, but what I might do is like a live stream in order to try and win the Champions League. I think that'd be a better way to do it than just me doing it as a series kind of thing. I think that'll be more enjoyable as well, but we'll see what happens regarding that in the future. As I said, we can't win the league, so I decided to sim all of the Premier League games, not really too bothered. United have secured it, and so at this stage, I was like, I don't really care. To be honest, I started playing my backup side as well, seeing as how I can't win the league. I thought I don't want to risk injury, knowing that I've got to play Juventus in the second leg. And and we ended up losing this game against West Brom, I think. So I kind of did that and ended up losing for it. So it is what it is. I'm not really too bothered about it. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to get a win, but at the same time, I can't play for the win and the title, so I don't really care about these results here. And also, there will be a video regarding the Road to Glory series. Now, I might do a vote for it, but then again, I might not, because the rule set for the Road to Glory career mode series that's going to come out is going to be, I guess, it's going to determine the amount of players that we can have. So if I do pick a team, chances are that team is going to get massively changed anyway from the start. So in terms of like picking a team for the players that are in there, that won't really be a problem, because a lot of the players will be getting replaced anyway. So I'm not too worried about picking a team for certain players. As you know, in my Road to Glory saves, I like to do it with the kits, because in that way you're going to be stuck with the kits for quite a while, as there is no kind of creation feature of the kits in FIFA, which would have been a nice addition. Then that's why I go with that reason, basically. So I might do it later on. I might give you guys a vote out of like 3 teams that I like the look of the kits of, and then you guys can make your decision. But truth be told, it really doesn't matter who we go with, because the team is going to be getting changed massively. And out of that game into the next one, and this one could be a simple task. All we've got to do is draw the game or lose it by 1-0, and we're still through on away goal ruling anyway. So that's the team Juve have got. Very strong. 4-2-3-1. Bernardeschi, Lamar, Dybala, and Higuain as the kind of attacking threat in that one. So hopefully we can hold out and get the job done today, as it is going to be us to kick off at the John Smith Stadium, and there isn't too much work needing to be done here. But to credit Juve, they came out flying. They had chance after chance, and again, this was played with the sliders on default, and they actually played an absolute stormer of a game here, Juventus. They were on top for the first half. Dybala makes Kyle Walker-Peters looks like a mug there, because he absolutely rifles that one into the top corner, and Juve have their goal that they needed, which makes it 2-2 on aggregate. And as it stood, Huddersfield would still be going through on the away goal ruling, but if Juve score one more, Huddersfield Town have to score. So that is going to be the problem for them, I suppose. But for now, they are still going through, and although I hadn't really done too well defensively there, I mean, all I got to do is just hold on, right? Simple task. It really is a simple task, and then we'll be going through to the final of the Champions League. So in the end, Dybala scoring wasn't brilliant, but we were still going through. So hold on, and we are out, and we are through to the final. So basically, that's it. And as the game got back underway, I didn't really create all that much in this first half until the 45th minute, when Rashford on the ball gave it to Smolov to Bonaventura. Bonaventura through to Hill, and Hill had his strike saved well by Buffon, who is 41, by the way, and still chasing a Champions League victory. Aiden Hill, though, great ball towards the back post, and there was Caricio with the header, who should have done better because he hit it wide of the post, and that took us to half-time 1-0 down. So as the second half began, we really needed something to work out in our favour for the second half. And Aqua gets on the ball on the right-hand side here. Great work from him. Ends up with a nice cutback, looking for the man in the middle there, Smaller, but eventually it bounces off him and goes to Bonaventura, who makes the score 1-1 to Huddersfield. And as it stood, again, 3-2. And, of course, if Juve score one more, we'll go to extra time. But at the moment, feeling pretty confident. After starting the second half off so well, you know, you'd like to think that the momentum might be shifting back to your favour. But I have no idea why. I just felt like the bounces were so stupid in this game. I mean, that one there from Smolov, what was that? Like, it bounced off his toe, went up in the air, and that's what made Bonaventura then have to volley it. Like, honestly, it was just so stupid. Regardless, 52 minutes in, Dybala on the ball, finds Bernardeschi on this right-hand side. He does good work, has 3 players around him, and somehow still squares the ball central to Gonzalo Higuain, who taps home to make it 2-1 to Juve. Now, at this stage, I didn't really know what to do, because, truth be told, I was getting battered in the game. Juve were on top. At this stage, we were going to extra time, and as it stood, Juve looked the more likely to find the extra goal they needed to go through to the final, and I just couldn't believe it. I was sat there thinking, what on earth is going on with me? Why can't I hold on to what should have been a routine game? As Lerva on the ball finds Smolov, or tries to find Smolov, Regani then picks it up. Smolov goes in with a sliding tackle. The reason I did that, genuinely, was to stop them breaking. I was like, okay, they're going to break away, I need to bring him down. So, having looked at that, Smolov then picked up a red card. Honestly, I was expecting a yellow at most. Now, why that was a red card, I'm not quite sure. It wasn't like he was last man. They weren't really, breaking through one-on-one with my goalkeeper, but certainly, I suppose it was a bad tackle. So I felt kind of harsh, and that meant we were down to 10 men. And there's still a long way to go in this game now, as Juventus whipped the cross towards Matuidi. Matuidi on the ball, finds Bernardeschi, takes 2 deflections. My keeper makes an horrendous save. They react quickest, and it's 3-1 Juve. At that stage, I was like, screw this, I am done. 100% done. I cannot be bothered with this game. Like, seriously, I've never experienced this before with the series, but some of the bounces that happened in these 2 legs against Juve were some of the most ridiculous touches and bounces I've ever seen in my life. I'm not saying that's why I lost the game. I lost the game because I was tragic and they deserved to go through. But the bounces that were just happening were just so AIDSy, and that's like just not enjoyable pretty much. And Juve ended up going through. They won 3-1. Credit to them. They go through to the final where they'll take on Bayern Munich. So the only thing that's left, I guess, for Huddersfield Town to win, which would kind of cap off the series, would be the Champions League. I don't think it's bad that we went to the semi-final on the first time of asking, and as we've already won the Premier League, that also made my decision in order to kind of stop it and let's carry on and start a new series with the Road to Glory one. So hopefully you guys understand it. I didn't do it to kind of be spiteful or whatever. I did it because, A, I feel like I'm going to enjoy the Road to Glory series more, which is going to make me want to put the videos out and play the series. And B, I wasn't sure with the aspect of me having time and stuff, with me being able to keep this going, introduce the Road to Glory one, and keep the My Player one going. So that is the reason as well. And I've seen in the past, some people enjoy Road to Glory, some people don't. I understand if you don't want to watch it, it's completely preference-based, but there are some rules and stuff which is going to make it a bit more interesting for you all to watch and enjoy. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it regardless. So, as I said, thank you for the support on this series down the line in the last 30 episodes. It's not completely done because we might come back to it in a future stream or a future series, episodes-wise. But for now, this is how we're ending off the series. So we finished second in the Premier League. We'll be in Champions League football if we do come back to it. And we'll also have an even better team ahead of next year to try and push for a Champions League trophy. So there is going to be that, guys. But other than that, there is really nothing else to say about it, as we're finishing off with a game against Burnley, a sim game as well, which I think we end up winning. So at least we end on winning ways. Rashford and Walker-Peters scoring in this one. But of course, remember, guys, Rashford does in fact leave the club at the end of the season. He goes back to the champions, Man United. So that is how the final league table looked, as you're about to see it pop up on the screen. United with 83 points. We were on 79, and there was a few other ones in and around there. If you want to check out anybody in more detail, simply pause the video on whichever one you guys want to check out, and you'll be able to see more detail. In terms of the Champions League, Bayern Munich did end up going on to win it against Juve. You'll see a little news snippet in a few moments' time, letting you guys know as to who won that one. But overall, I think it's been quite a decent series in terms of me getting used to the game. And Smolov, of course, was the absolute bargain. But as it's not the end of the series, I won't be making like a best kind of players bits, because I do want to come back to it, as I said, maybe in a future stream or something. But for now, that's how we end it off. The first episode of the Road to Glory series might be going live this coming weekend. If not, it will definitely be in to next week. So other than that, we should have another video out tonight at 6 PM, guys. So keep tuned for that. If you're not already, hit that bell and you will receive notifications on whichever uploads come out. And then after that, we'll be uploading My Player Career Mode at 4 PM tomorrow. So I think the 6 PM upload might be an Ultimate Team one, just to give you guys what's happening with that series anyway. So see you all again at 6 tonight, guys, for another video. Catch you all then. Adios.